Ah, I'm awake.
Yeah, right.
All the chills are gone.
Yeah, the verbal coffee gives you some chills. Like, why does he do that? Another edition of our Sunday conversations with AYAYAI AI, where we try to break down what AI is and what it can be, and just try to understand it better. So today we'll have a simple conversation, and we'll kind of see where it leads us. But what do you see today, Asif?
Well, every episodes we do have a guest, and
Yeah.
when we bring in the guest, we have a specific range of topics that we can discuss. But when it's me and you, the range of topics goes from, it was confusing to berserk. Now it's just a wider spectrum of topics.
Yeah, AI and the use of deepfake more specifically. Deepfake is it's an amazing set of technologies where people have been able to put together different ways of modifying and creating video that's just in some cases it's funny.
Yeah.
In some cases you wonder like how can be used in many different ways, like when it comes to social media. We saw it, and without getting into politics one way or another, but you can see how you know uh, information drives, and it doesn't matter if it's true or not, as long as it's out there and you can.
Around the globe, but we really don't know how to draw the context between deepfake and Telegram. We
Mhm.
don't really know how to draw a thread between our lives and Telegrams and deepfake. So it's not that it's happening to you, it's happening away from you, but all of a sudden there's a thread that goes towards you. And
Mhm.
when it does, that's when you start feeling the pain and the impact of it, right?
Mhm.
So let's start talking about multimodal, which is a topic that you buy into because Google Gemini, OpenAI, Microsoft, every. So earlier we were talking about having fun with Samuel L. Jackson's voice. Asif is going to say something in his poor narrative like English, and all of a sudden Asif sounds like Samuel L. Jackson. Who wouldn't want to listen to Asif now, right? And that's the fun part of it. That's the part that everybody will love. But here we are having a situation where scammers are literally taking your voicemail and making a copy of it and turning it into a whole persona of your loved ones and saying, "Hey, you got to pay up for your." So everybody on the Zoom call was fake. It was a
Yeah.
CEO, CIO, CTO, everybody
Mhm.
level that agreed that the CFO is need to write that check for $25 million to these people specifically. And that's happening today. I'm not talking about scenarios. I'm talking
Yep.
about what's happening today. And deep fake, if you look at the range and the spectrum, because we're not using it widely yet, but these deep fakes are really important for us to have. Because if we have access to this deep fake, we can do so much more than we've been previously able to do. And that comes down to that good professional use of deep fake, which academia, back when they labeled the term deepfake, that was the reason the deepfake came.
Previous videos, they got images of the CEO online, and they went through the steps of how they built it right in front of you, and built up a whole deep fake campaign, and convinced this CTO to or the guy on the weekend to provide the client list, and it was impressive. Now there's things that you start to teach though. So how do you combat this? And these are all deep fakes. These are fun. These are used for maybe entertainment. They're used for medical purposes. But at least we know it's been modified. And there's a sequencing in the video that they're getting better at detecting. And again, I already mentioned one. Trends openly now saying they can have detection, and I think open.
Not much have changed. It's that you're being augmented by
Mhm.
a system called intelligence, AI, augmenting intelligence, right?
I like that.
Criminals are being augmented by this intelligence. So are the good people, right? The
Yep.
good people can be augmented by the intelligence. But here's a problem: the good people have lots of confusions about how to augment themselves with this intelligence. So just like you would have AI sophisticated enough to commit fraud against you, defraud you, or steal things from you. You also have AIs to prevent this attack from happening. But a good guy without AI is literally is not as augmented as much as, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. If you have a call from an ambulance, some paramedics is calling you up like, hey, I have your daughter. She's here bleeding, right?
Yeah,
Do you think you should be sitting there doubting the fact that this could be real? Not all situations are situations that you have to think about, like, oh, this could be a deep fake. Paramedics calling me up about my daughter bleeding, right? So we're not really augmented. The good guys are not being augmented. It's the criminal that's being augmented. Right? Conference places can augment us. We have to educate ourselves to say, I should be on lookout, right? I should be on lookout because you can fake up to so much. But if I have a key
exactly.
to look out for that, that's the only way I can augment myself using my own intelligence, right? It's not augmented intelligence, it's the intelligence augmenting itself, right?
Deepfake.
Ah,
So
I'm sorry, my 56K modem is not working anymore.
oh, that brings back memories. 56K. I know I was rocking at like 33 baud, man. If I had 56K was a dream. But
Oh,
if you could get to like I just endless. We've talked, you and I, we've had guests in the past where we've talked about where we can use deepfake for, assisting, dementia patients and like you mentioned, in your case study and the at the end there's going to be several applications for, and I think we need to, I think we've always talked about rebranding things like artificial intelligence, AI. We call it augmented interface, analytical information. I mean, we've got a different, terms for things, and I think that we need to rebrand or we need to.
just labeled it, right? So
Yep.
labeling is a very big problem in all technology, but specifically in AI, it becomes a problem because not everything is AI, but everything is labeled as AI. So not everything is deep fake, but it's labeled as deep fake. So so you don't want to walk up to your, say, coworkers and say, from now on, we're going to look at deep fake and try to do something good with it, right? It's not going to work. You want to explain deep fake in a way that, brings it brings that labeling correctly, and your coworkers are able to identify and make decisions off of that good labeling, right?
Yep.
So you want to identify deepfake as CGI. You want to identify it as an AI generated content. You want to label it as synthetic media. You want to be able to label it as digital avatar, right?
Talked about it in a while is blockchain, and we can say that for the next time. Maybe we can talk about post quantum encryption and
Funny enough, okay, so here's why, because I'm going through the list of things that I was looking for.
mhm.
I just wrote a paper on zero knowledge proof for blockchain. And zero knowledge proof, say that to somebody, they will say, like, not in a million years I would even want to understand this. And how it's going to be effective, I don't know. But we're already using zero knowledge proof. So yeah, this is going to be a buzzword in the future. But zero knowledge proof, blockchain, I would love to get into it with you. We have to get into it.
Yeah, we can talk about, we'll touch on it, Crystal Kuiper, and we'll talk about the new encryption algorithms that are, that are
Exciting
like
stuff.
quantum resistant,
Yeah.
and so yeah, next episode we'll focus in today specifically on finishing up on deepfake and again, I a lot of it I see is entertainment, and I think that just like you hit it right on the head that there should be more, much like an IDS or an IPS. Sure, there's others where we'll be able to. This will be more like like a virus, that we could detect. Oh, we've detected the new, something deep fake, version this on your system. Please understand this video, and we'll get to that point sooner rather than later, hopefully. And I've already seen it again, so
Yeah.
everyone else needs to catch up because not everyone's gonna go to one vendor. But yeah, we open detection, open validation. Go to sites where you can validate that all the sites now have been tested for deep fake. Everything on this site has been certified real,
Right.
and type stuff, kind of like with public certificates and
It adds an additional layer of security to it because
yeah.
we've been so security vulnerable. Now we're getting security expert, right? We're becoming security expert because more and more we're seeing the attacks come through. We're seeing more people are aware of how these attacks actually starts, right?
Authentic, not synthetic. I like that.
Authentic, not synthetic. Well, yeah, synthetic data, synthetic video, synthetic content. Yeah,
Yeah,
authentic, not synthetic.
yeah. But yeah, that I think that's where we want to be
We're
able to.
labeling it correctly, sir. Me and you are labeling it correctly. I think we just fixed the whole deepfake problem just by calling it authentic and synthetic.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see if that term grows. But yeah, definitely, this was a great conversation today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Asif. And ay, 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 ay.
Yeah, we solved it.